resilience, sunflowers, and positivity. Coffee, a banana, energy. First rehearsal, dramatic comedy. Blooming has to be the culmination when the girls decide that they are going to go for this calendar, and they're preparing with the photographer to take the shots. The biggest challenge for Calendar Girls, the musical, is to integrate the singing, the dancing, the music, and the storyline together, because often in the middle of the scenes the characters will suddenly branch out into singing and music, which makes the moments very heightened. And it's interesting working with our fantastic movement advisor, choreographer Leanne, to help those moments really work and read, because unlike a lot of musicals, it's not straight into a big dance routine. It's much more nuanced than that, and it really, each character reveals something in a moment of song, through a moment of song, and it's getting that balance right. So it's working very collaboratively with Barney, our musical director, Leanne, the choreographer, and myself and the cast then, to make those moments work and read and tell the story. Gary Barlow's music is A1, it's tremendous, very exciting, very appropriate for each moment. So you go through the old cliche of a gamut of emotions. And that's what I love about this musical. It's going to be a good night or good afternoon out in the air-conditioned theatre. So if there's a heat wave, this is a great place to come into, air-conditioned theatre. But just it's for me, for my job as a director, is to do justice to the telling of this marvelous, remarkable story. I hope they're talking about how human spirit triumphs. In the darkest places that we go to, how we find something positive to latch onto. In the moments of deep tragedy in our lives, we often laugh. So the two, to me, are very clearly integrated. So we play the scenes for each moment to moment. So sometimes they're funny, sometimes they're very serious, but we ultimately play it with a positive attitude, an optimistic attitude, because this musical is so uplifting, telling the story of how the community was infected by the death of John, and it does spread to the whole community, and what happens to a community in those moments, and how we have to continue life goes on, the daily routines continue, and then we ensure that we've got that sense of resilience, sense of strength of that community, and sense of belief that they can do something to make a significant change. Initially, it was to buy a better sofa in the waiting room of the hospital, but what those women did and the amount of money that they raised, the fame that gave them, because they all came together as a group of people to do something in adversity, to triumph at a negative and difficult moment. That to me is the whole point of this musical. And you go out of here laughing and crying, because it's such a brilliant story that everybody can relate to and connect to. Well, I think the whole piece builds up to the moment where the girls decide to pose for the calendar and take those shots. It's very brave of them, they take risks, they're very courageous, and it's been fun integrating the right number of props, the size of the buns to cover the cleavage, and all the flowers and the other things that we've used to make those moments work. And to do justice to the original idea that the Calendar Girls in Naples had, the real people, and to make that moment work, not because they're showing off, but because they want to raise money for the charity. Well, it would be both John and Annie, the married couple in the piece, and John, obviously, as you know, dies of cancer during the course of Act 1. And the reason I'd like to spend time with them is because they love their native Yorkshire. So they both are into the John himself works for the Forestry Commission. He's out mending fences. He's out in the open air, and Yorkshire represents for him and his wife Annie. They breathe the air there. They love this place. It's an idyllic, peaceful haven which is disturbed by the awful news that he is ill. And it's about his connection to nature, to flowers, to the elements really that really moves me in the piece. And it's how I feel when I'm back in Wales really. I feel, I'm part of the earth, part of the scenery, part of the, particularly the smells and of the flowers and all the beautiful views that we have here. That's what Yorkshire is, and it translates everywhere. And I think that we long for that kind of tranquility, that peace, that idyllic place that we can call home.